Srimad Bhagwad Gita, chapter 3, sloka 27. Siddhant we will do chanting. Prakrite
प्रकृते
kriyamanani
क्रियमाणानि
gune karma
गुणे कर्म
nisarvashah
निसर्वशः
ahamkar
अहङ्कार
vimudhatma
विमूढात्मा
kartahamiti
कर्ताहमिति
manyate.
मन्यते।
Shloka 28. तत्त्ववित्तु
तत्त्ववित्तु
महाबाहो
महाबाहो
गुणकर्म
गुणाकर्म
विभागयोः
विभागयोः
गुणागुणेषु
गुणागुणेषु
वर्तन्त
वर्तन्त
इति मत्वा
इति मत्वा
न सज्जते.
प्रसज्यते।
श्लोका 29. प्रकृतेर्गुण
प्रकृतेर्गुण
सम्मूढा
सम्मूढा
सज्जन्ते
सज्जन्ते
गुणकर्मसु
गुणकर्मसु
तान् कृत्स्न
तान् कृत्स्न
विदो मन्दान्
विधूमन्तान्
कृत्स्नविन्न
कृत्स्नविन्ना
विचालयेत्.
विचालयेत्।
Thank you. So Shloka 29 is one of the important shlokas. It can be chanted. Um, Basically, this shloka is it is a message that don't preach anyone, don't teach anyone, don't judge anyone, and you should not laugh on anyone. Okay, so message in that shloka 29. Now I am doing the shloka 27, meaning prakrite of material nature, kriyamanani carried out, gune by the gunas, karmani activities, sarvasha all kinds of, ahankara vimudhatma those who are confused, karta the doer, aham I, iti thus manyate things. So here Sri Krishna ji says, all actions in all situations are performed by the gunas of Prakriti, that is Mother Nature. He who is completely confused by his or her ego thinks I am the doer. So basically Sri Krishna ji is saying that the way we behave, the way we react in all the different situations, it is because of the Prakriti, that is the Mother Nature. It is not the body is doing, it is not that the soul is doing, it is because of the nature which is surrounded to a person. A person is reacting to a particular situation in all the situations. So we can see that natural phenomena of the world are not directed by us, but the performed by the prakriti or the mother nature. Correct, we are not doing anything. So now for the actions of our own body, we usually divide into two categories. Natural biological functions. So we will divide our body into two categories. Okay. One is natural biological functions. What is that? Such as digestion, blood circulation, heartbeat. Can we control all these things? It is inside our body. Can we control? We cannot control. So which we do not consciously execute, but which occur naturally. It is going on inside, we are not conscious about it, neither we are controlling. Second is actions such as speaking, hearing, walking, sleeping, working. That thing we perform. That all are outer part, which is like we can say the outer thing which we can see. We speak, we know. We walk, we can see. We can hear, we can smell. We sleep, we work. So, both these categories of work are performed by the mind body senses mechanism. All the parts of this mechanism are made from Prakriti or the material nature, which consist of the three gunas. Three gunas, you know, tell me, Prakriti.
Satviguna, Tamoguna, and Rajoguna.
Very good. So, just as waves are not separated from the ocean but a part of it, similarly, the body is part of the mother nature or Prakriti from which it is created. Hence, material energy is the doer of everything. So basically, Sri Krishna ji is trying to make us understand the way we behave is because of the nature we are born with, and plus with, with the gunas, plus the mechanism of mind, body, and the senses. So all these are correlated for to a person the way the person is behaving. Okay, so it is not that so few people tell, no, it is me, it is because of me, I did this, I have done this. It is not because of you, it is because of your gunas, the nature, your mechanism, all this. Because of this the body is reacting, you know, the body is we are we controlling our body? We don't have any remote control, you know. What is the remote control? Remote control is first the prakriti or the mother nature, the three gunas, and the mechanism, the body mechanism, which is mind, body, and senses. So all this combination, with this combination, the body reacts. The way we behave, the way we talk, the way we get angry, the way we get happy, everything is with the combination of all these things. So we will take a simple meaning for this shloka. All our actions are due to the situation present around us. If there is tension around us, we will also be in tension. Similarly, if there is happiness around us, we will also be very jovial. So, wise men know this, but ignorant people will think that they are happy because they want to be happy and not because of the surroundings. You know? Some people have that egoism that I did this, I am happy because I bought this, I am sad because something is bad in this. So it is not I, it is of this nature, mother nature. Okay. Akriti, would you like to say?
Okay, just a few things. So Raji Krishna is saying that we should not be like we should not be egoism. If we that egoism is that I did this, I am happy because I bought a new dress, I am sad because this food has gone bad. No, it's not that. We are happy, we have all the feelings inside us, but we can't control ourselves. It's all the nature around us.
Very good. Siddhant.
Yes, ma'am. So here, Lord Shri Krishna is saying that so we make actions. So ignorant people think we make actions based on ourselves. So, for example, they'll think they're happy because they want to be happy. Something's happened to them, but the wise men know that. So the way we do actions, our nature is sorted into a few categories and their causes. So it's based on our nature. So how we react to certain things, our body, our senses, which is mechanisms, our gunas. So for sattvic guna, rajoguna, or tamoguna, it depends on all of those. So for example, if if you had to sit a Sattvic Guna next to a Sattvic Guna person next to, let's say, books and uh, like test papers, he or she would do them as they seek for knowledge. But Tamoguna would ignore it, and they would do like whatever they do, like the online games and all of that. So it our actions depend on certain things like a mechanism guna nature and our body senses and our sense organs.
Thank you so much. Now we will move to the next shloka, shloka 28. Tattvavit, the knower of the truth. Tu but Mahabaho, mighty armed one. Guna, karma vibhagayoho, distinguish or differentiate from gunas and karma. Guna, modes of material nature in the shape of senses, mind, etc. Guneshu, modes of material nature in the shape of objects of perception. Vartante are engaged, iti thus, matva knowing, na never, sajjate becomes attached. So here Sri Krishna ji has said, but he who knows the truth, the enlightened person, who knows the truth, who is in divine consciousness, wise person or the enlightened person. O mighty armed Arjun, about the division of the gunas as well as their functions, recognizes the interplay of gunas and karmas everywhere. Having known this, he does not get attached. So here Sri Krishna ji is saying about the nature of a wise man. The nature of a wise man or nature of a knowledgeable person who got the knowledge. So what this verse talks about the Tattvavit. Tattvavit means knower of the truth, a person who knows the truth. So, having thus abolished the ego, so who can abolish the ego? Only a wise person who has knowledge, who is wise. So, only the wise and the intellect people are leave out their ego. They understand the fact. अरे बारिश आ गई कपड़े with Bob. So they understand that because they go beyond that. Why if you see great people, great scientists, they don't have any ego because their aim is not to become famous. Their aim is to do something. है ना? Able to understand the why great people, wise men, knowledgeable person don't have ego. True knowledgeable person, because their vision is way beyond. They don't want to become famous or something, and they don't have ego because they know ego is nothing. Ego will spoil them. Ego will reduce their intellect. Ego will make them go down. When a person gets the ego, what happens? Instead of growing, that person goes down because that ego pulls down. In ego, people do wrong things. So that is what Sri Krishna ji is saying, that wise and intellect people, they leave their ego, and they are free from the bodily identifications and are able to separate their spiritual identity from the material body. Hence, they are not forced into believing and thinking of themselves as the doers of their material actions, and instead they attribute every activity to the movements of their three gunas. So, such God realized saints say, Jo kari so hari kari. That means, whatever is happening, it is happening by the wish and command of the Sri Krishna. So God is doing everything, but people are thinking I am doing. Whatever happens, happens because of the wish and command of the Supreme Lord. Able to understand? Our sense organs are like agents that send message to the mind when they perceive an object. What the senses does. Mind is the boss. It is sitting on top floor. All the senses are down. So senses send the message to the mind, and then mind direct to the other body part. Okay, you have to move, you have to eat that, don't eat this, you do that. So all the senses, they send the message to the boss, and the boss, the intellect, will send back the instructions, what has to be done. And sends a signal or instructions, like we see a rose. So hand will see the rose, touch. Then what? It will send a message to the mind. It is red color. It is a rose, red color, all these things. So mind will send back to the body. It is a rose. It is red color. It is beautiful. Down it there are thorns. Don't touch that. So this is how the mind, body, and senses mechanism work. So basically, Sri Krishna ji is trying to say that wise men, great men, uh, famous people who got the knowledge, you know, they are free from the ego, and they know that whatever is happening, it is happening because of the prakriti, the mechanism, and the gunas. They understand this fact, and they are free from ego, and they never tells that it is me whoever is doing. It is me that what I am doing, you know. So they are free from that. That is what Sri Krishna ji is trying to say us. Okay, now Siddhant, your turn.
Yes, ma'am. So here, Lord Shri Krishna is telling us that all the wise people, they are free from all their karmas, and they're free from suffering because, and they've gotten to that position because they believe that, and they know that they are not the ones doing the action. It's the prakriti. It's the mechanism, the sense organs, and it's Lord Shri Krishna mainly doing it, not just them. So ignorant people would say, I, for example, let's take test results. They'll say, I got good test results because of me, but it's because of Lord Shri Krishna. So here he's saying that they've also not, so the wise people have also not been eh, like taken over by their ego, and people who are taken by their ego get lost. They're not able to. They're overcome by greed. So that's why we shouldn't be overcome by our ego. We should keep it down, and also we should uh, not think everything is the result of ourselves. It's actually Lord Shri Krishna helping us, and that we should be thankful. And also, yeah. So yeah.
Thank you so much. Akriti, your turn.
Yes, ma'am. So Raji Krishna is telling that few people say that like I this is because of me, I did this, but it's not because of them, it's because of Raji Krishna's command. And wise people, great people, and truthful people who got the knowledge, they understand egoism. They never tell that this is because of me. They never tell that. So we should also be like that.
Very good. Correct. We should also be like that. So we got the awareness, we got the knowledge that one should not have the ego and not tell that it is me who did this. So you need to remember this throughout your life. You know? Whenever you get that feeling, I did this, immediately you get the consciousness, no, it is not me. It is the Supreme Lord who has done this. It is the Prakriti. It is the Gunas. It is the mechanism. With the combination of everything, I am reacting in such a way. I have done this. I have achieved this. Correct? Okay, now Sloka 29. Prakriti nature, guna by the gunas of material nature, samudaha confusion or believe in something that is incorrect, sajjante become attached, guna karmasu gunas plus action, tan those, akritsana vidaha persons without knowledge, mandan the ignorant, kritsnavit person with knowledge, navichalyate should not disturb. Here now Sri Krishna ji is saying, those who are deluded by the operation of the gunas of nature become attached to the results of their actions. But the wise who understand this truth should not unsettle the minds of such ignorant people who know very little. So, ignorant people think that all the actions are their own actions, not influenced by the nature. Hence, they are attached to the actions as well as the results. Whereas the wise men know that all the actions done are due to the factors surrounding us. Hence, they are neither attached to actions nor to the results. Sri Krishna ji is also saying that the wise men should not preach the ignorant people that they are wrong. Rather, they should lead them so that the ignorant people can learn from the wise men and correct themselves. Because if we preach the ignorant people, they will never listen. है ना? So Sri Krishna ji is saying that the wise men should act in such a way, should lead the team, I mean, should lead the life in such a way that ignorant people watch, they get influence, and then they change. Sri Krishna ji is telling never teach anyone anything, never preach anyone anything. That is what Sri Krishna ji is saying. Because when we give some advice to someone, they will not listen. But if you do, if you show them, then they get influence and they start listening to you. They start following you basically. Yeah? Okay, so I'll give you an example. The teacher in a school does not ridicule a student's ignorance about mathematics. For example, now the new session has started, so you get new books. So, do you know anything about the matter inside the book? You don't know, right? So, when you go to the school, you open the book. Does your teacher ridicule about this that you don't know what is there in the book? No, she doesn't. In fact, she teaches you. She explains you everything. You know? She makes you understand. She makes you practice everything. She gives you enough time to understand what you have there in the book. Similarly, a wise man should not judge anyone that okay, you are such a person, you are behaving such way, you are doing this way. We should not judge anyone. We should just leave it because every person is in a different level. A wise man should lead the life in such a way that all the ignorant people start following the following the deeds what the wise man is doing. Able to understand? We should not judge anyone, we should not preach anyone, and we should not laugh on anyone. If someone doesn't know anything, it's okay. Everybody cannot know everything. We should, in fact, help that person. So, this is the teaching in this shloka, shloka 29. Never judge, never laugh, and never preach anyone. Okay? Siddhant.
Yes, ma'am. So here, Lord Sri Krishna is telling us that we shouldn't judge anyone for not knowing, having the knowledge of Gita. We should not try to preach them. We should instead try to show them the results, try to get them to get interested, inspired to do it themselves. We should, for example, a principal or teacher at school, when you get new books, new subjects, you wouldn't know you wouldn't know the contents of any of that subject. But the teacher doesn't ridicule you. He or she doesn't make fun of you for not knowing the book. He or she will teach you and make you understand until you could like pass tests on it and you'll know a lot about it. So same way, we should not judge or ridicule people who do not know like who do not have the knowledge, and that we should instead try to show them the good effects of it. And yeah,
Thank you. Akriti.
Yes, ma'am. So Lord Shri Krishna is telling that we should not laugh at anyone, we should not preach anyone, we should teach them properly. For example, a teacher is teaching a person, but we won't know what is in the book. The teacher will help you understand, but the teacher won't preach you. Preach means like not scream at you to understand. Just like that, also the wise person should not preach the ignorant person to know how to be wise. He should make him understand.